Greetings, fellow interlopers. Welcome to Whiskey Barrel Gaming. The variety of starships in No Man's Sky has never been greater. I mean, it's hard to imagine there was once a day where vanilla ships were all we had. Now we've got exotics, living ships, solars, as well as expedition-only editions. But there is one type I keep coming back to because, in my opinion, they're just damn cool. So allow me to showcase 5 of my favorite Sentinel finds, and yes, I'll even provide glyphs and planet coordinates so you can score one for yourself. And if you're not sure what to do with those planet coordinates, I made a pretty in-depth guide on how to actually put them to good use. I've pinned that down in the description and in the comments if you need a refresher on that. Speaking of refreshers, I can't put a guide out displaying my favorite Sentinel fighters without at least going through a couple ways on how you can do your own ship hunting. So let's dive in. The first method is pretty straightforward, and it starts with finding a dissonant system. So in your galaxy map, just bounce around until you see the word dissonant in the description. Once inside the system, at least one planet will have a description of dissonance detected in it. So we'll head down planet side for the next step. Once here, you'll want to scan around for dissonant resonators. Find them and shoot them to acquire an echo locator. These guys also drop inverted mirrors, which you'll need later in the repair process, so make sure and have an inverted mirror before you go on. Now you can activate your echo locator. This will direct you to a harmonic camp. Now go to the main terminal and select Scan Memory Registers. You'll acquire a 3-digit code based on simple math problems. Now select Input Override Glyphs and enter that 3-number sequence. Select Locate Dissonance Spikes and you'll now be directed to your Sentinel ship. If you don't like the look of the ship, you can just move to another dissonant system and try again. If you do like the look of the ship, but were not fortunate enough to get an A or an S, then you need to make sure and visit this little terminal here. Grab whatever there is and go back into the menu. You don't have to donate the Atlantidium, but it's important to essentially mark this site as having been visited. Otherwise, it can pop up again when you resume the process of looking for other ships within the same system. As I mentioned, that's the first method, and one I would recommend if you don't really care about the class of your Sentinel ship. While it's a simple method for finding a ship, it's not the most time efficient for hunting down an A or an S. That's where the second method comes in, which is picking a fight with a local Sentinel and then taking to the skies and finishing the fight out in space. You'll have a few waves of ships to defeat before a Sentinel combat freighter warps in. Once you've defeated the freighter, you'll be awarded with a carrier AI fragment. Okay, time to be honest here. If you're dead set on finding an S-Class Sentinel fighter, this AI fragment can save you a ton of time. Once activated, it'll reveal the location of a Sentinel ship, so you can skip the harmonic camp altogether. The problem is that to get this fragment, you need to destroy a freighter each time. So I personally use the refiner duplication glitch to make this process much easier. I'll also put a link to that video in the comments and the description if that's something you want to do. Now that I've covered how to find the ships, let me break down how to fix and claim the ship. As you can see, there are 3 elements you can remove, one of which is a highline brain. You'll want to activate this, which will send you to an ancient site. Here, just exchange the highline brain for a harmonic brain, and, well, assuming you have the radiant shards and the inverted mirror, you now have everything you need to repair the ship and to start the claim process. Congrats! You're now the proud owner of a Sentinel fighter. Now here's a look at 5 badass Sentinel fighters that you won't find on the coordinate exchange, because, well, these are my own personal discoveries. Enjoy! Thanks for checking out Whiskey Barrel Gaming, folks, and as always, have an S-Class day. See you next time.